In this particular area there are a number of soldiers that we're looking after, including various nationalities. The Americans and Danes are here with us, obviously the British are here, the Afghan National Army are here, and the Afghan National Police Force are also with us here as well as we do our tasks and work in this area of Afghanistan. Soldiers will come with all sorts of issues. Perhaps, for instance, yesterday we had a soldier whose grandfather had just died at home and wanted to get home for it, obviously. But if you can imagine the amount of 9,500 soldiers here that wanted to get back for grandparents' funerals, that was quite difficult to do. So sadly we couldn't comply to his request, and so we can then do a service here for him on the date of the funeral. The chaplain can also offer him welfare compassionate telephone cards, so they can phone the family up a little bit more than they can normally. So that's just one issue. Another soldier popped in yesterday whose wife had a car accident and was struggling with it, and so again we spent some time chatting through and making sure she's all right, and again giving some extra time on the telephones to be able to double check as best he can from here. The chaplain by tradition is the sole friend and a confidant to the commanding officer. We are the spiritual advisors, if you like, to the commander, to the commanding officer, and can be around to listen to him. Anybody in command, I would suggest, can be quite a lonely place at times, and we would hope as the chaplains can offer that support to all those in command. A lot of my role is to be a listening ear to soldiers, and this is a lovely place and a lovely spot, a little bit remote within the camp, so soldiers can come up here without feeling as though they're being watched, and can let off steam and chew the cud, so to speak, and have a cup of tea. So it's the ministry of the church, and the church coming to where soldiers are out in Afghanistan. So it's a huge privilege to be here. One of my main roles as a padre to the battle group is, of course, to pray. And it's a huge honour to be able to be here, actually with feet on the soil where the soldiers are at work. And every day, and a number of times in the day, I'll spend in prayer in the little chapel. And that's praying for all things, praying for individuals by name, praying for all those who are having to make the decisions on a daily basis or an hourly basis, praying for the families back home, praying for the local Afghan people, praying for the situation, praying for safety for the soldiers, particularly using Psalm 91, which is termed, or can be termed, the soldiers' psalm, and which particularly talks about God is a refuge and a place for us to retreat to. And in some ways, this part of the camp is a place where soldiers retreat to as well. And there's a phrase that says that you pray with soldiers some of the time, but you pray for soldiers all of the time. And that's what all the chaplains hold on to, that we pray with soldiers some of the time, but we pray for soldiers all of the time. I'd just like to say a big thank you to all those back home who are praying for us. I know a number of churches across the United Kingdom are praying for us, and as a battle group I know those in Wrexham and Chester, the churches there are praying for us, in Nottingham, up in Edinburgh, in Durham, down in London, down in Gloucester, and many other places. In fact, I am able to get hold of a prayer network which goes all over the world, praying for soldiers and for our particular work out here in Afghanistan. So to all of you, a big thank you. To be honest, we can't actually really deliver what we're supposed to out here without your prayers. God's very central to our mission. Now, the other big thank you is for those that send boxes out to our soldiers and this is a standard sort of shoebox size which people send out to us, and they are, I can't put into words what they mean to us all as they come out. And I'll give you a bit of a clue. What this came from my family only yesterday. So look, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with those, but there's some lovely socks, and Haribo sweets always are probably one of the favourites. I love Marmite, so we've got some Marmite here. Pringles, what an absolute joy. So we've got some Pringles, and this, and his little teddy bear with the Union Jack on, and we're still going strong. A book from Rowan Williams, Silence and Honey Cakes, The Wisdom of the Desert, and it looks like my wife sent me a magazine called Stuff. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but that looks exciting as well. I'm sure, if not the soldiers will thoroughly enjoy seeing all the latest gadgets. And last but not least, it looks like I've got a letter. It looks like it's my daughter's writing, and it is, and a Dear Dad letter, and how fantastic is that? So it's all good morale and actually great fun, and I want to thank my family for sending these, but for many of you who've also sent soldiers gifts, we give you want to pass on our absolute delight and thanks to you for making the trouble to sending little things out here. Makes the world go round and makes the tour go quicker. Thank you very much indeed.